Try speaking.
What's up? Hope you can hear me well.
Yeah, and I just started the stream. So, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Casimir here, and oh god, I forgot to actually update the layout on here. But today is the Press Start Podcast week number 18, and I'm with the one and only Big Late A.
Yeah, guys, I was late at my computer. Um, yeah, let's look at all these games we got from E3.
Yeah, first thing first, I mean the first company to go up for the presentation for E3 was actually EA, and basically how this is going to work out for anybody who's watching this, and for anybody who wants to participate in here, we're just going to go through a rundown of the games each company presented, share our thoughts and opinions, and then at the very end, we'll give every company maybe like a little rating, like what they did out of 10 and why we gave them that rating. But for EA, they started out with showing off Anthem. They showed off Battlefield 5, where they also revealed through that. With Battlefield 5, they revealed that it actually has a Battle Royale mode, which was very interesting. None of us really expected that. They showed off their typical EA Sports games, Madden, FIFA, things of that nature. To bring back NBA Live, which is weird. And they had a pretty bad mobile game they showed up there. Big A, I assume you watched the EA press conference, and if not, I assume you know what happened there. You got any thoughts about EA as a company and what they did for E3?
um, I guess they peaked out around Battlefield 5. After that, man, I just can't believe how much time that mobile game they presented took. Like,
Yeah,
they had this whole little, all these shenanigans where they had two people versus each other. It's pretty much your like classic strategy game where it's
yeah,
one team versus another team, guys. And like, it took up half of their whole thing. Like, I don't get it.
yeah. It seemed like some companies didn't know how things worked for E3, and Nightmare said EA Edition. Yeah, that is so true. The mobile game, I would have been fine with it. This was like a post conference thing or pre game conference where they just explained how it works. But basically, they're trying to make that mobile game into esports, and I'm letting you know this right now. No pro player, and I mean no pro player, is going to transition from Fortnite, a fast paced, battle royale, to wherever the hell that is for a mobile game. I mean, some people may move over from Clash Royale to it or whatever, but what the hell? Hey, a lot of people are
Yeah.
here.
Bro, like, I wouldn't touch that shit with a 10-foot pole. Like, you have your little games on your phones that we play for fun sometimes, but to seriously think about taking up, like, most of your time at E3 to present a mobile game, that was stupid as hell.
It was. And nice. We got Nightmare here, we got Lantern Angler, and we got Brown One here. If any of you wants to join in, just let us know in the chat. We'll let you guys jump into the podcast chat with us. And hopefully you guys don't have a potato over a microphone. Um, but
Round one.
I wasn't even trying to call him out with that, bruh. No, I was just saying that in general. But EA, at least they know their cash cow is definitely their EA Sports games. More specifically, FIFA, Madden, and things of that nature. I'm glad that they kind of acknowledged that and gave that more screen time than their gimmicky, promotions. Because you know how you feel about how they dropped the ball with Titanfall 2 release in the same window as Battlefield 4.
Yeah, yeah, definitely right. And you know what? They should really be focusing on that, yearly diet of games. Because whoever plays, Madden, FIFA, any sports game of that nature, they're always going to buy the next edition.
Oh yeah, I fell out of it buying Madden games. I might buy one just on a whim because I haven't played a Madden game in years. But holy crap, so many people play FIFA. It is ridiculous. Like, I know soccer is big, but damn, I did not know so many college kids love to play FIFA, the game. But I'm looking forward to Anthem. Anthem looks nice. It looks like they're actually fleshed out some information with the game. And Battlefield 5, I don't know how the hell they're gonna do Battle Royale. Honestly, I just don't know how they're gonna do it.
Oh man, yeah, that's an interesting one. Like, I had a feeling it was gonna be the year of these types of games, of
Mm-hmm.
the battle royale types of games.
We
But
called
like,
it. I think
yeah,
I
man,
think we called it in week 8 or 9 for the podcast.
yeah, we definitely did. But like, come on, man, how can you just throw that in there?
I don't know. Like everybody's trying their hand at it. I actually, before we came on here, I had a YouTube ad play for me, and the YouTube ad was for a free beta on Steam called Realm Royale. It's basically like Fortnite, but except you have more abilities to use, kind of like Overwatch, and you can also forge your own weapons. So Realm Royale, guys. If you want to try that out, you can find it on Steam. I may stream that one day or not. Who knows? But the chat right now is saying like Lantern said he would join, but know what to say. Oh, for this right here, we got the links to the articles down below in the stream, and not just that. We know what games came out during E3, so we know. So basically, just give your opinion on this as opposed to like reading articles here. And yeah, Nightmare is right about the game being pre-recorded. Other than that, EA didn't really show us much besides a 30-minute presentation towards a mobile game. I guess we can move on to, oh boy, this is gonna be a while right here. We can move on to the big titan that was of Microsoft with their E3 press conference, and
Yeah.
my God, they released so many damn games. I might have to actually open up a second article to find out games they revealed.
And you know the one game we're all waiting for, right?
Boy, which game?
Call of Cthulhu. Cthulhu.
Call of Cthulhu, bruh. You trying? If you're trying.
It was
Okay.
the game right above Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah.
You know what? I will buy that game because I love Cthulhu. Like no lie, I love me some Cthulhu.
Guys, get the holy water.
Oh boy. All right. You know what? Microsoft, their E3 press conference. They start off the show saying that they're going to have 50 different games shown here at E3. Particularly games like Crackdown 3 was shown with their trailer, even though it's being delayed. We see a game called Session, which was basically like a basic. Excuse me, I just drank this pop. I shouldn't have drank it. Session is basically like a Skate 4 spiritual successor. It's already out on Steam, which is interesting. No one ever talked about it. Gears of War 5, Halo Infinite. Oh man, Devil May Cry 5 was shown here. Sea of Thieves DLC for July and September also coming out. What? Forza Horizon 4, game I am personally looking forward to. And damn, just so many games came out. Cuphead are bringing it another third character to the game. It was, yeah, Brown One's right. Session was a Kickstarter game. You're right, it was. But damn, am I missing any other highlighted games to shown at E3 for Microsoft?
Oh, I don't know, but here, let's ask the people, question of the day style. Yeah, what are you guys looking forward to? Which game?
That Legend of
are you
Zelda
guys-
clone. Oh, Ori, you're right, Ori. We're missing that. Hey, Brown One is hitting this up.
You got all the information, nice. But yeah, what are you guys looking forward to?
Yeah, I mean, jeez, this is just crazy. All the games that's being dropped here. But I feel like their character caught because Rule 34. Boy, if you make Rule 34 over Cuphead figures, there is something wrong with you at this point.
What? What the fuck? How
Read
did
the
that
chat. Read the chat. You go to the stream and read that chat.
Oh my god, what the fuck, guys?
Oh yeah, Cyberpunk 2077. We forgot about that. That was shown.
Yeah, don't forget about the Division and Fallout 76.
True. The Division 2, Fallout 76. Damn, how the hell you let me forget that, man?
I'm not gonna let you forget it. I opened up the article because I knew something.
Yeah, I'm reading it right now too, man. The beauty of it is that they said for
Just
Xbox Game
Cause
Pass.
4.
True. Like Jesus Christ, they reveal so much crap here.
Yeah, like it's kind of unbelievable. They did really well, and the amount of stuff that they gave us is unbelievable.
Yeah, they told us Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming to the Xbox One for the first time. And Jesus Christ, they just gave us so much. What are your thoughts about? I think Rage 2 was shown by Microsoft. what was your thoughts about their presentation, and just the overall 2 hours they had on what was it, Sunday for E3?
Yeah. Yes. I watched about half of it, I think.
Damn, you missed a good
And
portion.
yeah, I did miss a good portion of it. But let me say, man, it was real consistent. Like game after game after game.
It really was. Oh yeah, We Happy Few they showed there a little bit, even though we knew about We Happy Few and it's already been out. But you're right, consistency was key. You're right. Oh yeah, he's right. Bethesda did show up Rage too. But you're right, consistency was key for their E3 presentation. I was shocked when they showed that they have 5 new studios dedicated to first party games. Like holy crap.
Yeah,
Boy.
man, that's a whole fucking lot.
Hey, Reaper is here. Alright, I'm about to comment in the chat. Yeah. But dude, that's a good question. You can answer this at the end of the podcast or right now if you want, but like what is your game you're looking forward to the most, Big A?
Yeah, all right. I don't know. That's a really tough one. It has to be Call of Duty though. Like, let's be honest.
You're looking forward to the new COD?
Yeah, bro. Like let's be honest. We've been talking about it so much, and I haven't had a Black Ops game, so it
Yeah,
has to be it.
I think so too. For COD, it's an interesting one. They're doing a lot actually. If you're a PlayStation fanboy, right? Well, PlayStation fan, fanboy sounds derogative. If you have Black Ops 3 on the PlayStation, you'll be getting some new maps on there for free if you pre-order Black Ops 4 on there. For me, it's probably going to be Let's Go Pikachu, as Reaper said. Let's Go Eevee is what he's looking forward to. Either that, Halo Infinite, maybe Session, or okay, I got to throw it out there. I'm going to be hyped for Kingdom Hearts 3, and just what we're going to be talking about in the future over on the Sony side, because long story short, the people who know me and been talking with me lately, they know that I'm in the process of buying a PlayStation 4 at a really good price. So I'm looking forward to getting Kingdom Hearts 3 on the PS4 instead of the Xbox if possible. Brown One is still talking about the Elder Scrolls 6. Microsoft, good job, you guys. I asked for only one first-party game to be shown. You've shown us what felt like 30. So good job to you.
9,000, bro.
Yeah. The next one is Bethesda, and Bethesda is interesting. Really all they showed was more info about Fallout 76. They showed us Race 2, as Brown One said. And they also teased the people that Elder Scrolls 6 is coming out. Brown One, I know you're big on Elder Scrolls, so if you want to hop in on this chat right now, just do it through the Discord. Big A, have you ever been a fan of Bethesda games, or have you tried your hand at them? I assumed you have.
No, not really, man.
Dang.
I've tried Doom out, previous Doom games, but not the Elder Scrolls. I've watched Wolfenstein. It looks really cool.
That's
Maybe
true.
I'll try that at some point. Yeah, but otherwise, yeah. If not for Wolfenstein, if I don't try that, I've not actually been a Bethesda fan.
I never been a fan of Bethesda, to be completely honest. Like, I try to avoid their games if I could, but I do respect the grind and hustle they have there and their loyal fan base. You gotta be a really loyal fan base to completely patch up Skyrim for Bethesda, and they don't have to do anything to work it for that game. Cause damn, the glitches for that game was incredibly big. Brown One, I think you're looking forward to Doom. Lantern said quack. I thought an angler doesn't quack, but I'm gonna be real with you guys. I think Doom 2 is gonna be. I think Rage 2 is gonna be a really nice game. I almost bought the first Rage, but back in grade school I had no monies, so you got PS2 for 30 with 30 games for $35, but half the games didn't work. That seems about right. You know, you can only buy so much hardware, at a good price, and not expect some flaws there. But yeah, Bethesda kind of lacking on their end of things. I mean, in terms of, I guess they did all right for an hour of presenting. Not my might try Wolfenstein.
Yeah, just putting in the chat so
Yeah.
people can know.
It looks like Bulletstorm if y'all ever have played it. I know what Bulletstorm is. I never thought of a comparison like that, but that's an interesting one. Yeah, see, I think so. Alright. Alright, another sluggish one, and then we can move on to the last three big topics. But Ubisoft, or Ubisoft, or whatever the hell you want to call these guys, they had their presentation as well, and unfortunately I missed the first half of it. But Ubisoft, they have their gimmicky games that, let's be honest, no one is really going to be playing. Bought 5 DBZ games for it though, and Sonic Mega Collection Plus. Nice. What Ubisoft, the big hitter they really revealed here was they showed more of the Division 2, which really nice. I gotta say. Oh yeah, we forgot Microsoft showed off Jump Force. Jesus Christ, how do we forget to mention that?
How do we forget that?
Dude, Jump Force is gonna be huge for all the weebs out there. Now, will it be a great game? Only time will tell. But Jesus Christ, Jump Force looks hype as fuck. Same for who revealed Dead or Alive 6? Nintendo Switch said hi. Slump Force. Welcome to the podcast, Nintendo Switch. I hope you're enjoying us forgetting things. But yeah, Ubisoft. Wait, first, what's your opinion about Jump Force, Big A?
I'm not a big Naruto fan. I know there's a lot of other characters in there, but I don't know. I don't know, man. It looks cool. I don't know. I haven't seen anything like it, I guess. I can't really base it off of anything.
I mean, there have been other games out there, like, there's been J-Stars, and basically, like, all the other games out there. Like, if you guys are a fan of Xenoverse, like I said, Ultimate Ninja Storm game, One Piece Burning Blood, this game is for you guys, because it's the same 3D arena type of fighter, minus the flying in Xenoverse. Who knows, maybe they will allow you to fly, because of some of the characters' abilities to fly. But, yeah, that's interesting.
The map looks more 3D, too.
Oh no, I love the graphics and animation they have in the game. The game looks sluggish when I saw gameplay of it, but I think they said that was pre-alpha. Is J-Stars any good? No, it's not.
Well, I haven't seen anything like this to combine all these anime characters. So, I mean, honestly, it could be either really good or really bad.
I mean, J-Star's the literal comparison, because it is an anime fighter with anime characters from all different games. But the thing about J-Stars is, it's really bad. But, this game is... and Bandai Namco learn from their mistakes, I assume. I want to say that this is going to be a fun game. I think it's going to be pretty polished, as Lantern said. But only time will tell. It's interesting they put Death Note characters in here, because Death Note really isn't about combat, per se. But, alas, we'll move on to this next topic right here, which is Ubisoft, which we've been holding out on. They showed the Division 2. They had a racing game, and this racing game, I forgot the name of it. Just show you how much I care about their racing games. And they showed Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
They're not
playable. Nightmare said the Death Note characters aren't playable. Or are they support characters, or are they part of the story?
How about the Assassin's Creed Racing Greece?
Yeah, it's Odyssey. I'm reading what Nightmare put in the chat. He said that they're not playable. The the Death Note characters. If that's the case, then that's cool. I'm glad to find that out, because they could have been broken or terrible, and I don't want that. But Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Ancient Greece. Did you see the gameplay for that, boy?
Yeah, it looks cool.
That's it. That's all you have to say for a game about your heritage.
It looks amazing, bro. It's obviously exaggerated and made up. It's not about my heritage.
I mean, I'm surprised you didn't. I was thinking like you would say something like cool. That I thought you were gonna be like a little bit more specific than just saying it's cool.
It
Honestly,
looks like a good game, bro. I don't know what to tell you. It does.
I mean, if I gotta be honest, I'm gonna buy it. I think it's cool that you could choose your own character for this one. We never had it. People are hyped about romance. I could care less. I do like how it's like The Witcher, where you can actually, in other like RPGs, where you can actually choose what to say as opposed to playing a linear game, because these choices that you make will affect everything. They said there's gonna be, I think they said it's gonna be a 300 person like army battle, where like you'll be on one half of the army fighting the other half. Like you either be on Sparta's side or you could be on Athens' side. I believe that's the two groups. I'm not. I'm a little rusty on my Greek mythology, but they'll be fighting. So you choose which side you want to fight for as a mercenary in this game. And the thing that I'm not happy about is this looks way too much like Assassin's Creed Origins. And Assassin's Creed Origins is the only Assassin's Creed game that I currently own that I'm still at the first 5 missions of. I had no intentions of finishing Assassin's Creed Origins. Yes, it's a fun game. Yes, people love it. I just can't find a motivation to finish it. Hopefully, Odyssey isn't like that. The chat has been interesting. They just said they're not playable. Nightmare said Smash looks okay. Still on their pre-order bullshit. With missions hidden behind special editions. You're right. Brown one, you are right. I hate when they say, "Oh yeah, if you pre-order this, we'll give you like 10 missions. If you buy the season pass, which is $45, we'll give you an extra 3 missions." Like, no, just give me the goddamn game. Speaking of which, Black Ops 4, no campaign, but they still have a season pass. The season pass costs $50.
Bro.
Yeah. Yep. So you can either spend $60 on all 4 DLC coming out, or you can pay $50 for season pass and get it all the day it comes out. But why is there a season pass for a game with no campaign? Can someone please answer that for me? And I heard rumors that there was going to be free DLC. Where the hell is it? God damn. Can I get some free DLCs?
Oh, and on the topic of Odyssey, I totally forgot. It reminds me a lot of the Rockstar game. What's it called? The choose your own adventure style. I forgot the name of the Rockstar game.
Red Dead Redemption?
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, I knew he was gonna say free hats. If it's taking notes from Red Dead Redemption, it could be fun and cool. Honestly, I think it would have been cool if we had a Assassin's Creed game based on the frontier or Western civilization during like the. You remember the California Gold Rush? I think an Assassin's Creed game based on that, like during that time era, would be really cool. Because that's when people started migrating to America, like the Irish, because of the potato famine. People from China and Japan, because of their conflicts and issues going over there. People from England came over because their relatives from the U.S. wrote to them to come over. Like, a game based on the 1800s of America, I would buy that. I think that would be an incredible opportunity. Mid-1800s into the early 1900s. Sega needs to team up with EA and Ubisoft.
So
Wait.
you'd have like Western assassins?
Yeah, like cowboys and whatnot. Like, especially in the West, the Wild Wild West, there was a lot of horseback riding, which is remain stable in Assassin's Creed. It's a lot of gun battles. In the movies, I mean, I learned this in history class, so shout out to UTSA's history class. Y'all taught me a lot. They're over-exaggerated on, like, gun battles in the West, but if they want to stick to the movie style where you have a stand-down or, like, a Mexican standoff, I'm all for it. If they want you can have your own posse, too, because that was one big thing in the West, if you think about it. Imagine riding into town with your own posse, and you're kicking out another posse from there. Like, imagine going into the mines and fighting the people in the mines as they're collapsing on you and shit. Like, this could be some Indiana Jones type of shit mixed in with the West.
That's true. I mean, I really am looking forward to how they're going to play this out.
Hell yeah. Tofar Love is here. Welcome, bruh. And Reaper says Sega needs to team up with Nintendo and end Ubisoft. There's a flaw to that. The only flaw is Sega needs money to do anything.
Sega, Sega would be like Nintendo's bitch at that point.
Honestly, they kind of are. You think about it, like they're bringing out more games to their platform. Remember, in the past, Sega's slogan was "Sega does when Nintendo don't," and here they are, bowing down to Nintendo. Remember Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games? Remember, what is it? Sonic being in Smash Bros. Brawl. Remember all these exclusive Sonic games on Sega and Xbox and all these other platforms now coming to the Wii.
Sonic is pretty much sucking Mario's dick at this point.
Oh God, please don't say it. I'm still a big Sonic fan, but Sega ruined themselves, and it's like they collapsed on themselves on accident. So there's a big flaw to your plan there.
Bruh, look what Tofar said.
He said, "Yeah, quack."
Wow, Fortnite on Switch is garbage.
Hey man, to each their own. But if you want to play with us, you kind of have to roll with the Fortnite on the Switch. Though. But Brown One said Ubisoft is working with Nintendo and Sega has become their bit. He right there. That's the proof we need right there. Another classic case of people agreeing with us about this whole Sega thing. Besides, I don't think Ubisoft is the real problem in the gaming industry. Yes, they milk their games. Yes, they put a decent amount of microtransactions. But god damn it, they make beautiful games. And I forgot what the game is called that's coming out. But they're working with actual movie industry to make this game just to get the more emotional shock value out of us. So I applaud Ubisoft for getting half of their shit right. But
half is enough, apparently.
I mean, it's definitely better than EA.
Yeah, they fucking, like, come on, man, you're worth way more, and you fucking bombed.
Like, hear me out. For Xenoverse 3, but it starts in the beginning of Dragon Ball, and you can pick between good or evil. That's an interesting idea. I actually watched a video on the history of Dragon Ball games, and honestly, the original Dragon Ball games, like Dragon Ball itself, they didn't sell well, or they didn't take off well. It's primarily because outside of Japan, most people don't stick to the Dragon Ball lore. Only very few people have actually gave a fuck about Dragon Ball. Most of us got into Dragon Ball Z and carried on from there, but Dragon Ball itself has kind of been lost.
Yeah, because there's just not as much action, no transformations, no Super Saiyans.
I mean, people do love the fights there, and a lot of strategies put there. Like in the Tournament of Power, we seen Tien do his four-person split. We seen the Mafuba become very prominent in 2 different arcs. But in terms of popularity, yeah, Dragon Ball just didn't work out.
Yeah, what can you do? Well, we have Super that's going to come back in a couple months.
Hopefully. I mean, the movie's definitely coming out. But yeah, Reaper agreed with us about EA being bad. Brown One said, nah, it's an industry-wide problem, not one specific industry. I'll give you that. It is a big problem in the industry. Hear me out, everybody. This is going to be an unpopular opinion, but I kind of blame Rockstar for the shift in the industry. And what I mean by that is, they're really the first company, unless you want to count Kane and Lynch 2, but they were the first company to actually implement extended story DLC. In GTA 4, they gave us 2 expansion packs. One of them is called The Lost and Damned, which you see references of them in GTA 5. And then the other one is called The Ballad of Gay Tony. They sold extremely well. And then GTA Online for GTA 4 went off really well with the expansion packs as well. And then that's what companies started to say, hey, if Rockstar could do this, why not we implement it? And then slowly we started seeing loot crates and microtransactions kick in. Like, I think Black Ops 2 started to implement a few things here or there. And then after that, things started to snowball down. EA started to pick it up. So I kind of have to blame Rockstar for not ironically, but accidentally kicking off this world of additional content being paid for.
It all started from the first GTA games.
I wouldn't say that. Like, GTA 4 was the first game we had 3 protagonists, and you saw in GTA 5, instead of making us pay for playing with all 3, they just gave us all 3 at once. So I think that was just them experimenting with it, because what they get from one game, they'll take over to the next game, kind of like an experiment. But
yeah, that's true. But at the same time, like online, there's a whole lot of stuff that you can buy. Especially when it's a pay-to-play online sort of deal. Because I mean, yeah. At some point, I'm gonna be honest with my own experience. It's hard for me to progress in GTA because of, I mean, at this point, not many people play it. So a lot of people just fucking spend a whole bunch of money and say fuck it.
Yeah, bro, a lot of shit has been said here. Brown One was right. He said not enough people cared. They can only go with the route. They could go. They only go the what if route now. TBH. People do care. We've seen it happen with the whole Battlefront 2 issue, and we're starting to see pushback from other companies because you saw EA have to purposely say in Battlefield 5 there are no loot crates. Anything that you buy will be completely cosmetic and nothing game breaking. We're starting to see pushback from other game companies because game companies are starting to see the success of Fortnite, a free game, and it's doing really well. I think there is a slight shift coming up. Lantern roasted your mic quality, Big A.
Yeah.
Sega will come back when they make a new Jet Set Radio game. I don't know what the hell that means.
Yeah, me neither. And Ron Juan said a little bit below that, Sega can make anything and still never come back. And I don't know what the middle part says. Big A, it was lost traction fairly soon. So I mean, do you care to elaborate, Ron Juan? I want to respond.
I mean, he said Sega can make anything and never come back. Sonic Mania is what he's talking about. The game that recently came out, being as big as it was, it lost traction. And what he means by that is we actually had a conversation about this. On Steam, if you play a game for less than 2 hours, you can issue a refund and you get a full refund if it is within the 2 hours, and you give a reasonable reason why you give a good reason why you want to return it. The thing is with Sonic Mania, not too many people bought it because of the history of Sonic games being bad, even though I think quite a few were good, Sonic Generations being one. So a lot of people didn't buy it. A lot of people were hoping that reviewers would shit on the game, which they didn't do. But on Steam, you could beat the game in less than 2 hours, and then people would just refund it back on Steam. So basically, they'll beat a full game and get the refund back once they were done in under 2 hours.
Bro, wow. Okay, I don't know how to respond to that.
Yeah, no, like that's what he means. Like Sega released some good games, but they haven't taken off since then. Like I said, Sonic Generations was fun. The Sega Vintage collections, they're always great to see. Sonic Mania and Sonic Forces, good games. They didn't take off well with the community, but I don't know. Reaper said, yeah, but Rockstar, those games were big enough to be their own game. Reaper, you're right. The expansion packs that I was just talking about earlier, absolutely, they could be their own game whatsoever. Lantern agrees with Brown Wand. I'd like to see a Monkey Ball that isn't arcade exclusive, but don't see that happening. I agree. Monkey Ball was my childhood. I gotta be completely honest.
And if they were just to pull off like a Street Fighter sort of deal and like release a whole bunch of them, I'm sure people would buy it.
True. Brown Wand said he meant Xenoverse. Wait, what he meant Xenoverse at?
Bro,
when?
wait, where did you read Xenoverse?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Reaper's right. We did forget about Vice City Stories. That was a thing. But Vice City Stories was really like its own side game, kind of like how San Andreas. It's part of the main canon, but it's still like a side game as opposed to like the big number ones. But damn, these guys are right about their information out here. I'm really impressed. A new Knights game, but it feels like Sega forgot their old IP. Sega, all they got left is to ride off the coattails of Sonic. They're trying to make their own console, and they got a Kickstarter for it. And with their own console, it's about, I think it's at $250 you could buy it. And then from there on, you gotta buy their actual controller, which is like an extra $50, $60, I believe. Basically, the Kickstarter looks pretty bad right now. The what if route. Oh. Where did he put the what if route at? I gotta manually go through the chat again.
And like you said about Sega riding the coattails of Sonic, they really could just throw a whole bunch of us, or a whole bunch of those games at us in like a package for Xbox, or I don't know what platform they wish to release it on. And I'm sure people will buy it though.
I mean, that's what they're doing with the vintage collections. The vintage collections, they're fun and cool. I do see people playing them on my friends list. Honestly, if Sega wanted to have another chance, there's two things. They have to completely reboot themselves and start from the ground up, or they have to sell themselves to another company and allow another company to kind of take over management there, because they don't have enough money to they don't have enough money to blow. And the status they're in right now, when people see the word Sega, they already have a preconceived notion of how the game is going to be. Did you say the side game? Boy, I did not say San Andreas was a side game just to say it. San Andreas is part of the main canon. I said that. The thing is about San Andreas is it doesn't have a number after it, like Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto 4, Grand Theft Auto 5. Reaper says Sega should sell to Nintendo. They could. Nintendo would do really great numbers and wonders for the Sonic IP. Honestly, they'll probably have to sell to either Nintendo or dare I say it, EA, because they got enough money to actually take them in.
I mean, if you're having a Kickstarter for your own company, that's kind of sad.
Yeah, if you have a Kickstarter, you kind of got to stop. Serious, Sonic is on his last games. Only Smash Bros. Keep Sonic.
I'd rather have them.
I don't know if I agree with that. I'd rather him go to Nintendo. I'd rather Sega go to Nintendo as well, but I don't agree with that. That Smash Bros. Only thing keeping Sonic alive. There's still a big community out there who are Sega fans. At one point I was, because I told you I bought Sonic Generations. I even pre-ordered that shit. But I fell out of Sega. Just the Sonic community, they've just been waiting anxiously for them. Oh, it's Atari that starts the Kickstarter, not Sega. I forgot. I mean, both of them are kind of...
Bro, I agree with Reaper what he just said. The fuck? You should be slapped for EA. Yeah, they should never be sold to EA.
He's saying that... I'm trying to tell y'all, like... We just can't sell Sega to... I don't know. We just can't sell Sega to Epic Games before they made Fortnite and say Epic Games would be fine with Sega. We gotta talk about realistically who has enough money and resources to take in this whole development studio and actually do something with the IP. Because
I'm saying Nintendo just because of Smash.
I'm saying Nintendo because Nintendo's know how to do their IPs. Smash Bros have nothing to do with Sonic, honestly. I actually am very ashamed at how they made Sonic in Smash 4, because he's totally not like that gameplay wise when it comes to a traditional Sonic game. Sonic and Fortnite. Yes, Toe for our love. We need Sonic and Fortnite.
Yes.
Or Sony. I don't want Sony to own the Sonic IP because they will screw people over. And speaking of Sony, let's talk about this last few topics so we forgot about them.
Sony will keep it just on the PlayStation because they're assholes.
They will not allow cross-platform play. And speaking of Sonic, yes, we mean Sonic. But Sony, their E3 press conference. Let's just get this out of the way quickly. E3 press conference. They had it in a weird barn. They said it was like a church, and they made a bad joke about Kingsman. They had a 7-minute banjo presentation, and they started showing us off some games. Kingdom Hearts. Not only will you get Kingdom Hearts 3, you get Kingdom Hearts 2, 2.5, I believe, and Kingdom Hearts 1. So basically, you get the main big boys, along with Kingdom Hearts 3. The Last of Us Part 2 is coming out. They shoved it down our throats that Ellie is a lesbian. And Death Stranding. We don't know what the fuck is going on in Death Stranding, but people are still excited for that game. So
You got Spooderman.
I was getting to Spider-Man. Leave Spooderman alone. Keep furries out of my Fortnite. Hell, Sega had to resort to pleasing deviant artists. Nintendo's needs rare. Alright, you know what? They're right. First, your opinions on the Sony presentation. Big A is dead.
No, I'm not. I think that's my opinion right there.
What? You're dead?
It was underwhelming.
Underwhelming. I gotta agree. It was very underwhelming for my taste. I don't have the greatest taste buds in the world for a game, but the games they showed were great. Like Spider-Man, The Last of Us. You know, they know what their crowd wants. The issue here though is they didn't show enough of it. They didn't feature that much of it. Tofar Love texted me.
It's like they did
Yeah,
a
Topher
bad
Love, you can
job
hop
with
into
Easy.
topics. I wish you'd have told me that in the chat. Yeah, you can hop in for these topics if you
Alright,
want.
yeah, take over.
Yeah, man, you already got permission to the podcast chat, I believe. So yeah, you can just hop right on in. Brown One said it sucked. Not enough games, just didn't push anything. But I care for Spider-Man. Absolutely. Like, that's one thing I gotta say. These companies, I feel like they didn't take E3 seriously in terms of like the presentation. It's kind of like how a show would tell, or like you're doing a science fair project. You know, your project is all nice. It looks great. The thing is, your presentation for it was bad. And hey, Tofar Love, what's up?
What's up?
So how do you feel about Sony's presentation at E3?
I learned a lot of it with music. That's cool. I'm excited about the games though.
You excited about the? Oh, absolutely. I think everybody's excited for these games.
I think you said Spider-Man, and I like Spider-Man, and I like the look of the games.
Oh, did you guys hear about the Spider-Man DLC?
No.
Oh no, what is it?
It's called Snaps.
What?
Yeah, can you explain that?
You snap and Spider-Man gets erased.
Oh.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
I'm gonna go to a different podcast about video games.
Honestly, I might join you, bruh. He made that joke. Fuck you.
It's not too soon, but it hasn't been far enough.
It's that gray area. I would have loved it if you would have made another joke instead of that. Like, you could have said the assassination of Uncle, a DLC, or I don't know, like, I don't feel too good DLC. Or, fuck, you could have said, you know, when you take, as Brown One told me, when you hop on to Chicago transportation and you see all the trains are full, you start to understand why Thanos erased half the universe. That is so true, though. God damn it, man.
Alright, you got go ahead. I'm gonna go laughing.
God damn. So, are you a big Kingdom Hearts fan, Tofal Up?
No.
Good.
I've never. It's alright. I've never been the biggest fan. I have friends who are like crazy fans, but it's alright.
Yeah, it is alright. Wow. Nightmare said, boy. Brown One said, sorry, I don't feel so good, Mr. E3. Lantern said, still waiting for Pokemon Snap 2. Bro, what the fuck? God damn. God damn.
Look, if Sega, Pokemon Snap is kind of like Sega. It's dead. It's dead.
It is. Everybody wants another one, but in reality, do we really need it? Exactly.
We had the pictures in Sun and Moon, all that. They were like that's all you get.
Yeah, Pokemon Go. You could take a picture in AR. There you go. I mean,
I don't know.
oh well. We can move on to the Nintendo. Excuse me. E3 press conference, and they showed a lot of stuff. Xenoblade Chronicles DLC. They showed us some more games. They showed us Fortnite came to the Switch for free.
Right, I wanna clear this up right now. I don't like Fortnite on Switch.
Why? It feels weird.
First off, if you undock it, it looks like a PS2 game. It looks like an old PS2 game. Then, first off, I don't have like a controller, so I just use the Joy-Cons. They feel terrible. Like they're. I hate it. And then.
The Joy-Cons feel terrible, you said?
Huh? It feels terrible, like with the Joy-Cons and everything.
I get you, man. I get you.
And then I had to create a new account because the one I had isn't compatible.
Oh yeah, you got screwed over.
Oh, I had the same issue. I sent Fortnite an email and they actually fixed everything.
Oh no, he got screwed over because of the fact that, you know, Sony doesn't like to play nicely with people.
Oh, are you fucking kidding me? Oh
Yeah,
god.
I had to create a new one. The thing is, I've bought like the season pass for like the most recent season, so I'm like,
Oh god, that's
I
fucked.
choose between if I want to like lay back and like just play it like mobily, and then it looks like garbage, or actually like have to sit up, you know, like pay attention.
Fuck Sony.
I'm upset about that.
Honestly,
they're like, you have to make a new one. I'm like, damn it.
dude, their stock actually dropped because of that. The day Fortnite came to the Switch, their stock actually dropped, and there's people making articles and news presentations for it. Even Fox News had their business news site come up, They were talking to Reggie Fils-Aimé, and Reggie Fils-Aimé threw Sony under the bus for not putting cross-compatibility, cross-platform play with Xbox and Switch.
Because look, I like Sony. Like I just like.
I do too. I don't want this to be like a ranting Sony podcast.
But my problem is like, there's like so many minor things about like owning a PlayStation that just gets me. Like, you can't change your username after like you said it.
Yeah.
Like, it's just minor stuff. Like, I don't know why like that's an issue with bullying or something like that. It's just like minor stupid stuff that they could fix like with like.
It's like when we had you as a special guest for the second podcast. I mean, for your second time on the podcast. It's just like what we talked about, you know. Sony is kind of like taking the Apple route, where they know that they got control in the market, and they don't have to play nicely with their consumers or the competition, because they know they're still at the top of the pedestal, you know.
Basically.
I can't.
But they have Spider-Man, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Spooderman.
I wouldn't be surprised if that Spider-Man game comes out on the Xbox, even though it was developed by Sony Studios, if I'm correct. Was it the?
The game looks amazing.
It does.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna love it.
Drop out of school for a little bit.
Drop out of school for like a month. Play it.
All right.
Lantern wants.
Yeah, I read that. All right, I guess we could talk about the second half of the Nintendo E3 press conference, and the second half was literally Smash Bros. Yeah, I'll let you guys take over in this one. You guys can do the rundown. You guys give your opinion, cause I'm just gonna sit here and play this game I got in my hands.
Waluigi's
Yeah,
not in the kingdom.
Well, I mean, I don't want to be like, pessimistic here, but I'd rather not talk about Smash.
Why not?
Wait, why? Yeah, that's a good
You
question.
like a vendetta against it?
Hang on, let me give Lantern this podcast.
Is he in yet?
No, I gotta give him the permission. I forgot that I gotta. Oh,
But
here it
let's be
is.
realistic. Waluigi's still not in the game, so who
There we
cares?
go. I gave it to him. Wow, you one of those people. I gave you permission, Lantern. You can join in.
Why would you not want Waluigi in the game?
I'll have to say this. In terms of fairness, if they put Wario in here, they should have put Waluigi in a Smash Bros. Game.
They put Ridley in the game. Why would you not just slap in Waluigi?
Waluigi.
Literally, just make him tall Luigi. I don't care. I just want him in the game.
You know what? I do applaud them for the amount of. You could join in, bro. I gave you permission. It even says it on Discord. I will say this though. I do applaud them, bro. The guest podcast at the very bottom of voice channels. I applaud them for how much they put into this game. As in, they've tweaked a few things here or there. I hope I don't have to actually. Wait, you should be able to join immediately. I hope I don't have to, like, I don't know, go through too much detail, but like they addressed the fact that there's clone characters in the game. They tweaked a few characters like Ryu, making him face directly to the opponent all the time. Even though I kind of see that being like the equivalent of auto combos and fighters. They gave characters more skins, which I've been telling people that just because we saw Breath of the Wild Link in the first trailer, it doesn't automatically mean it's XYZ things. Yeah, refresh Discord, as Nightmare said. I don't know. What are your thoughts that they took up the entire, like, 30... They took 30 of their 45 minutes just to talk about Smash Bros. Lantern, you can answer this when you get in.
It's like a smart move. Like, that's what everyone's gonna come to see.
Wait.
Alright, so here's the thing that I don't understand. Maybe this idiotic question, but is this considered a new game?
No. No.
It depends on who you're asking, honestly. It's not a new game because they took the same basis from the previous game. Kind of like how I said Pokken Tournament versus Pokken Tournament Deluxe. Basically the same game, but with more content and tweaks here or there. This is kind of how it is for Smash Bros, except there's a lot of tweaks. Hang on.
Like, it's basically just an expansion pack.
Kind of. That's how I see it as well. Personally, did I change the? Personally, I think it is just the port. I'll have to say it. Brown One said by fighting game community standards, it is a brand new game. But like
It's a party game.
yes, it is a party game. A very, very big party game with a very, very annoying community.
I'm so excited. I don't care.
Alright, hang on. I'm gonna exit out of Discord and reopen it. Hopefully they'll allow Lantern to hop in. But you guys can continue on with the podcast.
Alright, cool.
Alright, guys.
So I myself have only played previous Bros games, just for a little bit because I had a DS, and just like Chasm said, the community, bro, like all these people that are hating on it, and then at the same time, all these people that have been playing it for years. As much as I'd like to get back into it, I don't feel like it.
I gotta kind of. Here's my thing. This game is fun. I think it's a great game to play with people on a casual basis. But the people who take this game way too seriously, y'all need to chill the fuck out. Jesus Christ! I can't believe I gotta.
Like, I want to go back to my childhood, but then I imagine myself hopping out to Smash, and then there's a 30-year-old telling me to go fuck myself and spamming all these combos. Like,
Yeah.
god damn, bro.
Alright.
Alright, looks like he should be able to join soon, maybe?
I'm trying to right now. If. Yeah, it says he should be able to. I don't know why, because if you look on the Discord, you see his name is highlighted yellow, which is signal for it. Yeah. Like, damn, they don't want you to join on here, apparently. But, Tofar Love, I think you agree about their community, man.
Community can just be annoying.
It's so true. Like, we got a future video coming up that we still got to plan out. Brown Juan, I know you're available now. We'll see you after the podcast one of these days. But, the community, you're right, it's trash. That could go for a lot of games, honestly. Like, Street Fighter community. As mature as they are, they could be annoying. I don't know. Call of Duty, bad. The Fortnite kids, they're letting Ollie make millions of dollars because they don't know what clickbait is. But there's been rumors and circulation around that this will be the last Smash game, especially after seeing that it's called Ultimate. Do you guys share those sentiments that this could be the last one, or are you guys thinking there's going to be a Smash 96 in 12 years?
Nintendo's not gonna let it die. Let's be realistic. Like, they're not gonna let it die.
I feel like this is like Konami then.
I think it's the last one.
I think so too. I've seen articles about this saying that Sakurai treated every Smash Bros. Game as if it is the last one. And with that being said, that means you could take it with a grain of salt based on his inconsistencies of bringing out more. But personally, I want to say this is the last one because he's worrying about his own health. I hope that Nintendo doesn't Konami him and push out more games without him or force him to work, because that's not cool, if I gotta be honest.
Yeah, that would really, tarnish my respect for them as a company. When someone tweets out that they're not gonna make another game, I think it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, I mean
I think it. Go ahead.
You go for it.
I mean, I think it'd be like Sakurai could be like, hey, this is really getting them like affecting me. Nintendo could be like, hey, that's fine. It's fine if you step away, but we can't let this franchise die. Like, it'd be stupid to let it die here.
If he gives them permission to continue going, I'll be less mad that they allow it. But
I'm sure he will.
But I feel like, you know how people are hating on like Ubisoft always pushing out more and more Assassin's Creed games? I feel like it'll be like that if they push out more Smash Bros. Games, and it's like, if the next game is like Brawl, where people hate on it based on control scheme and mechanics, or they keep pushing them out and there's not much new, fresh content to it. Because honestly, the only reason I feel like people play Smash, give it as much hype as it has now, is the characters that are in the game, more so than the actual game mechanics. Like,
yeah.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong, it's a fun game when played casually. There's a lot of cool characters in there. But the only reason I'm going to play this game slightly more than I played 4 is because Wolf is in the game. Not because, oh hey, this new 3-frame move they put on new characters is going to keep me going, Discord hates. Try restarting your phone, Lantern, if that's the case. Because we gave you the permission. They can see that you have the permission. It says you can join. I don't know what's going on.
There's not a limit, is there?
No, it's not. I've been in the podcast chat before with like 4 people.
All right, here. Let me disconnect. I'll be right back.
Go for it. Tofar Love. So, overall, how do you feel about their presentation then for the?
And, of course, like doing a 30-minute presentation of Smash is, of course, gonna be like the knockout of the whole thing. Like everyone's gonna be like hyped about Sony, Microsoft. Then that comes on, and then it blows everyone away because, of course, it's so popular. So I think we did a lot of time with it, but I think whatever.
Honestly, I would have. It's like what Lunchbox said in our, or aka Turtle Dude said in our Discord. I'd rather they done this as a Nintendo Direct, and they just talked about Smash Bros for the entire time, kind of like how they done that in previous Directs for other games, rather than they took up E3. Because, like I said earlier, it's like E3 is like a science project. You know, you have your project, it looks great and all. You know, you got the volcano exploding and shit. But if you can't explain what the hell happened, how are we gonna, as reviewers and like channels, critique you properly? If the only game, if you only get you show like what 12 games, and 11 of them.
One was Fortnite.
Yeah, and 11 of them were only shown for about 15 minutes, and then that one game.
New? Did they show anything new?
Yeah, they showed DLC for Xenoblade. They showed another game.
Like new games or anything, not just like.
That's the thing. We don't even know if they were new games or not because they spent little time on them.
Like, already been announced or anything.
They haven't really announced much. They did talk about Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee though, and then how you can play the game You can play the full game with the little Pokeball, which I guess that's all right. You can play the whole game with the Joy-Con. They did reveal Dragon Ball FighterZ coming to the Switch. I want to see how of a shithole that's gonna be, cause they say you can have.
That worries me.
Fighters, cause you seen the long loading screens and crap.
My biggest concern is like, do you remember when they used to port games to the Wii?
Yeah.
And let's not sugarcoat it, those games are crap, right?
Yeah.
So like doing something like Xenoverse, or not Xenoverse, Fighters over like the Switch, I don't know, I'm worried. I mean, my stick will still work with it, but the thing is like, I'd have to carry the stick around, and then I can't. There's no way for me to dock the Switch on the go.
Yeah, I mean you got that little kickstand at the back, but you can't bring the dock with you. I know what you mean.
Yeah. I have my third-party dock so I can like plug it up. That's just a lot.
Nightmare say you can't wait for girls to touch his Pokeball. You know, we're all trying to get those internet hoes out here, you know, and bring them here. I don't know. Like you're right about fighters, bruh.
Like anytime I just see a port of like a main like PlayStation like Xbox can move like a Nintendo console, I always get worried. Like.
Yeah, I mean, you said you don't like Fortnite, so I assume you probably share the same sentiments about fighters. The big thing for me is I read that they got a very simplified version of playing the game when you undock the single Joy-Cons. Like you can play with a friend, and you both have one Joy-Con each. Imagine how bad that's gonna be.
Because I don't know, I'm just not a fan of like. I get like there's an appeal to the Switch, like you can only pick up the controller and play with a friend like right there and then, but like. It's not in my favor.
Yeah, no. I think it's gonna sell well because the only reason Arc Systems even developed and ported it over to the Switch, they said that they'll do it if enough people ask for the port, which apparently they did because they revealed it at E3. So
good for them. Like, they're gonna buy it, and they're gonna like it. I prefer the content like a main console version. I don't want
Oh, this is so devious. I hope and I pray they make it cross-platform capable, and I can just kick everybody's ass who has a Switch in this game.
There's gonna be that one guy who uses like one Joy-Con and just wrecks house.
And then that's when I just sit in the corner and crouch and just block everything or stall their timeout. Because if there is that one, I would love to post more videos for fighters, but the new format I got, I'm posting less short. I'm posting more shorter videos. In fact, I should probably even be uploading by Friday another tutorial. But this Wednesday, hopefully by this Wednesday, I can stream Fortnite and other games if anybody's interested in joining.
Yes, round one.
It's not.
EU, and then we need a fourth member.
Yeah, I think Discord thing's similar to my fight with OBS. It runs Blaze Brew just fine. Oh no, fighters in terms of like being a
run bad.
Yeah, in terms of like performance and like optimization, this is gonna run fine. My sentiments personally is just how you gonna play with one Joy-Con. That's gonna be a little interesting, especially since a lot of people reveal they don't like the analog. They prefer D-pad. Your sentiments, you're just worried about it being as an overall port. I am worried about the long ass loading screens for the Switch players though. Oh well. Well, if you guys want, we can move on to this final topic, and this final topic is Fortnite. We all play Fortnite, and Season 4 is about to end, and there's been hints all across the map to suggest that something devious is going to happen by tomorrow, I believe. The countdown clock ends by tomorrow, and there's been hints here or there about what's going to happen, but you do know about the mountain near Snobby Shores, right, Tofor?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's a rocket inside the evil lab there, and there's been hints. Yep, there's been hints there, and just the new loading screen that's been leaked that suggests that there's going to be a rocket shot. One clickbait YouTuber, who I totally think is clickbait, suggests that maybe during the game you could shoot the rocket at one location, middle of the match, and I personally think that is the most broken shit ever if you could. Because imagine getting like 40 kills because you shot your rocket and it just happened to hit Tilted Towers. God damn. Or rumors have that it's going to hit Moisty Mire and like get rid of some of the dead zone between Moisty Mire going to Fatal. But personally, I believe that with this new rocket that's going to be coming out, the island's going to get destroyed. And when the island gets destroyed, we're going to be going to one of the local islands that we can see in the map. Because as you notice, when you falling in, we go to Haunted Hills, us personally. I started to notice the islands over there are becoming more and more developed and easier to see. So I personally think the island that we're playing on right now is going to get destroyed. We go to a new island and it resets the meta, which would be great for all the newcomers coming in.
Fuck yeah.
I do want to say, like...
Mm-hmm.
I forgot. Something about Fortnite.
What you're talking about the... Was it...
I wish there was like a... You remember the game Evolve?
Yeah. Arc
I wish
Evolve.
there was a mode like that where it's just one jacked character and like a bunch of like a team of like 20 characters trying to kill him.
I mean, there is Save the World you could play, but we also had a little hint to that through the Thanos mode, the Infinity Gauntlet mode. That is.
Like, I mean, like jacked character. Like it takes several people to take him down.
I can see that happening.
Or maybe like a smaller set of people, like a private server for like 4 people get flown in, and just like a survive mode or something like that. I don't know.
If they do that, the island cannot be as large as it is now. Because imagine trying to travel all the way from, I don't know, Risky Reels all the way over to like Lucky Landing, because that's where the big boss guy ended up landing at as well.
Or maybe like a 5v5 mode, like a 4 teams of 5, something like that.
That's actually what people wanted.
God.
20v20 went well.
What if they did a 50v50 with that?
What, the Jack guy?
Yeah, or the rocket.
Like rocket control, like whoever can get to the rocket first.
Yeah, bro.
That could actually be interesting.
That would be a lot of fun, actually.
Because, I mean, think about it. It ends tomorrow, too, right?
Yeah, we gotta watch the countdown tomorrow. If it is within like reason of standard time zone.
We gotta get on Fortnite tomorrow.
If the time ends at around like middle of the afternoon, we could probably try to stream it to see what happens. But I don't know, like I don't think they could do like a 50v50 trying to get to that rocket by Snobby, because that rocket is close to the border. So if like one team dropped in on that half of the map, they got control of the rocket. Now if it was like a Tilted Towers or I don't know, Dusty Divot, I think it'll be completely fair. Speaking of which, they need to get Dusty Divot out of this game. I am sorry, but I just do not like that area. The first week it was cool, but after that,
Ridiculous.
it is. It's just a giant hole. Like, he has better than Dusty Depot, and he's got more traction than it. But damn it, it is a shithole when people are proficient snipers nearby you. Brown wants there's an update tonight. Long as screen PS4 next. Alright, Lantern says unfortunately give up. If it doesn't work today, in the future it should be able to work though. But we're sorry it couldn't happen, Lantern. But Brown One is right, there is an update coming tonight. So are you guys excited for some Fortnite?
Yes.
Yes.
Should we all hop on after this podcast is over?
Yes.
I'm gonna go get food.
Of course.
Fuck food. I need Fortnite.
Dusty bitch. Nightmare said Dusty.
Oh, there's an announcement for Pokemon Go. I don't know if you guys talked about it already.
Oh yeah, I was gonna actually post it up here hopefully. But shout out to Overshot. He said we posted the Discord as well. Pokemon Go by this week is gonna allow for trading and friendship. So you can now add people as a friend, and depending on how much you interact with them, you can boost their friendship, and as long as trading as well. We finally got it.
Time to start walking again. Time to start walking again, man.
Hell yeah. 4 wins, baby. We could do it, Brown One. We could get these 4 dubs. But I think so. Tofar Love, how do you feel about the new trading coming in?
Finally, it's here. I'm excited.
We gotta become best friends in the game. It's gonna take us 3 months to do it, but I think we could do it. The reason I said
I need a few Pokemon still.
Yeah, I was trying to. For anybody in Chicago who plays Go, hit me up. I got some Corsola and I got some Heracross. For anybody,
I'll have to re-download it now.
I think I only got 2 Heracross, so it's first come first served there. Anybody who's anywhere else in the country, fear not. For Pokemon Go Fest, I'm gonna catch some good Pokemon there, some unknowns, some Torkoal, hopefully more than one shiny plus one Minor, and I'll bring them down to you guys when I get back to school.
Oh, Kazim, guess what?
Chicken butt.
No. Well, yes, but no.
That's my thing, bro.
But it was like a few days ago. I was like sitting in a Whataburger with my friend, and a wild Blastoise just spawned, and I caught it.
Nice, dude.
Oh, have you guys heard of Updog?
Updog. No.
What's up, dog? Ha 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 ha.
I got him.
Ah, you got me. Nightmare said you'll take a Corsola. Thank you. I got like 40 of those bitches sitting on my PC.
I got a dibs on that Heracross.
Damn. All right. Wait. We can all go to Go Fest. Go Fest is coming up in this July. We can all just go there. I think they're gonna have Heracross spawn there. At least Unknown. I know Unknown and Torkoal are gonna be there. But I only have 2 Heracross. I don't know when I'm ever gonna go back down to the valley. But if I do go down there and I come back to Chicago, I'll trade you guys the remaining Heracross I find. Tofar Love, do you have any Heracross?
I have 0 Heracross because I haven't done any spots where they spawn.
Bruh, it's in your hometown.
I actually don't live in the valley. Fun fact.
I thought you did.
I live like a couple hours from the valley. No, I live an hour from somewhere Heracross spawned though.
Yeah, I think they said from San Antonio we gotta drive 3 hours south, and we'll be at the border for Heracross, I believe.
Yeah. There's a place called I think it's like Eagle Pass, something like that. I think it's Eagle Pass. And it's like right there.
Road trip.
Oh boy. I have a friend who's like, yeah, I'd be down to go for like a Heracross. Yeah.
I mean, I'm down for it too. We get Overshot. He has a vehicle. Besides, what could possibly go wrong? 2 Hispanics and a black guy on the road. What could possibly go wrong?
On a border trip, yeah, nothing would ever go wrong.
In a pickup truck.
Oh man, just like spelling safety.
Yeah, you're right.
You guys are going to run into a wild Donald Trump.
Oh boy, I haven't.
To be fair, your first Fortnite victory. We were joking about building a wall to keep the last player out.
What the fuck?
You know it's true. I was like, we're gonna build a wall. Oh god. Oh man, we know how to take a joke, everybody. We're like, we're gonna build a wall, and we're gonna stop this guy from coming in through the zone.
Olay.
Honestly, that was so. Oh god, we had such a trip yesterday, Fortnite.
Make Tomato Town great again.
Oh god, man. Know what? Make Moisty Maya great again, cause Moisty, not too many people go there.
I hate Moisty Mire so much.
I love it. If he has enough
Yeah,
resources
bro,
there.
We got so much stuff last time we got.
You hated the prison first time, bro.
Yeah, but when I when I circled back around with you guys and when we started heading out, I found like 2 chests.
Yeah, I mean, Moisty is good. The loot is 50-50. Either you get all good stuff or you get terrible guns. But there's
I'm not
enough
going
wood
to
there.
prison again, but I like it.
I'm a fan of it because if you know how to build well, you can outlive anybody. If you have enough material, like 1,000 wood, they're gonna beat out any regular gun. Cause it takes like what 5, 6, maybe 10 shots from a gun to break down a plank. And if you keep spamming it, they gotta reload eventually. So you can outgun somebody that way. But you know what? Since we're just talking about Fortnite at this point, you guys want to just call it a day for the podcast?
Yeah, let's hop on Fort.
Alright guys, I want to thank everybody for watching this podcast. This was a very successful episode, all the conversation going on. You guys want to see more of this, just be able to hit us up in Discord. Anybody wants to play Fortnite, I'll see you guys soon. I'm about to clean the fuck up out of this place. Thank you Big A for coming on. Thank you Tofar Love for being here. And thank you guys for participating in the podcast discussion. So we'll see you guys as they're doing their Ugandan knuckles. Bye.
Bye.
Fortnite.